Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long... I feel like I sound like fake cheery, but I'm actually really excited. Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here back in our seats, back in our individual seats, in our individual homes, with the Unearthed Arcanum, minus Mitch. Mitch, we miss you, buddy. Everybody else, take a look at yourselves in the camera, wave and say hi.
Hello.
Hi, humans.
Guten Tag.
Hello, hello. For those who have no idea what the heck this is, hi. We are a D&D live play stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Living, existing, infiltrating, fraternizing in the same world at the same time. The wonderful, beautiful homebrew world of Imea. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy. Just a kind of a 1.5 announcement sort of thing. As per the usual, this Saturday and every other Saturday this month that I can think of at the moment, we are running our drop-in, drop-out campaign, which is Humblewood, Silk, and Sunder. I believe we have only a couple more spots open for tomorrow, which is Saturday. So if you are wanting to play a D&D game as an anthropomorphic woodland creature of the sky or the land, but not the sea, now's your chance. Tomorrow's your chance, but now's your chance to sign up for tomorrow. Do it. You can join this game at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. If you're watching this on YouTube, that link is also in the video description. Also putting it in the live chat for anybody who is watching this on Twitch. But yeah, it's a really cool one shot that we designed. It's a little zanier, a little lighter, but then also like dark, but like cartoony dark. So think like X-Men dark, but maybe not X-Men 97, because I just watched like it was episode 7 where it got really dark, and it was great and I loved it, but not like that. So yeah, drop in, drop out means that you can join for a single session, you can join for a couple sessions, 3, 4, 5, the whole campaign. You can take a break and come back. It's completely up to you. So please check it out. Humblewood, Silk, and Sunder. Again, you can check that out at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story. Lastly, we have our we have the thing that I'm supposed to say. If you are interested in joining and becoming closer into the It's a Long Story family, best way to do so, or if you just want to support, best way to do that is to give Clinton a big old hug. But if you can't do that, please support the channel by liking and subscribing on YouTube and or Twitch. But you can also do the same thing in our social media stuff. So down below, we have our Instagram and our TikTok. Both are at It's a Long Story _TTRPG. That's the wrong place to point. That's the thing that says live on my screen, Clinton. Down there, that one. Okay. It's the Instagram and the TikTok sign, and there's a thing underneath it. You can see it. Don't listen to them. Yes, please feel free to like and subscribe and check those out. For the social media stuff, we have some BTS stuff, some behind the scenes, as well as some of our favorite clips that we're continuously trying to add on to. I have a lot of updated sort of minis that I need to take pictures of and get them up on there. So I will be doing that. Yeah, also, for everyone who doesn't know, this is our first session back in our own seats, because a couple weekends ago now, we were all together in the same room in the same house, and it didn't explode, which was awesome. We ran a very extended, very long couple sessions, really, of this game in there. And if you have not watched part 1 of that, as we did a kind of quick recap of that, part 1, please go and check that out. But if you're watching this right now, I mean, you might as well stick around, as we are just about to show you guys part 2 of our official recap before we jump right in. So, God, I hope this works. Here's part 2.
Hey people, toxic relationship.
She runs, shifting again into an unremarkable woman.
You start running, you get to about Main Street. I need you to roll a perception check.
As she sprints aimlessly, a carriage rushes up to her.
As you make it onto the street, you almost get run over by this car as you see it skid to the side. And you see Hadrian himself open the door, reach out a hand, and doesn't say a word, just grabs you and pulls you up.
From the boulders along the docks, Nolani is broken from his contemplation on heartbreak by the sounds of shouts and a skidding carriage.
Alana, you see this, and you see the cart goes down the main street going north.
So Nolani's gonna shoot the horse with
Okay.
his magic arrow.
You fire the arrow. Just keep in mind, this is in full view of a crowd and guards and everything. See the horse fully buckle over, run under the carriage. The carriage fully tips over. Because this is a very busy street, you see there are multiple people that go to try to move out of the way. There are 3 people that get caught under this, and they don't seem to be moving. The distance about 80 feet, you see about 4 guards immediately turn, see what's going on here. 1 goes to try to help what's going on in the carriage. The 3 are closing in on you. Siobhan, you are on your side. You hear shouts from guards. You hear screams.
She's gonna try to get him out of the carriage and start moving them there as fast as possible.
Hear the yelling from the guards. You hear the phrase, "Drop your weapon." You are not entirely sure who they're yelling at.
She thinks it's Huxley.
Nolani puts down his weapon, purposely surrendering so I can see what she's doing.
Guards swarm him and he surrenders, watching from a distance as Siobhan climbs out, freeing the uninjured horse and galloping off towards the heights with Hadrian.
Cool.
Then I jump on the horse's back and then ride up next to the carriage, so then when he just climbs out and steps on, and we go.
Meanwhile, Gwyn, Alistair, and Arya.
Yeah, you hear Arya. That was weird.
What was weird?
That was it was Hadrian. Just went by on the back of a horse.
Passed by a galloping horse not long before coming upon the wreckage of a carriage. Gwyn sends to Siobhan.
Where are you? Shit going down. Saw Hadrian fleeing. I need to know where you are.
Who shoots back a brief warning of danger from Huxley.
Beach situation Huxley, trying to kill me on the run. Be careful going back to the warehouse. We'll reach out if able.
As they walk, they notice Nolani has been arrested and is being marched through the sharps in the direction of the noose. Gwyn sends to Huxley at this point.
I need to know what your situation is.
What you hear from Huxley is, "Wait for me at the warehouse. I'll handle the Nolani situation."
Okay. How does he sound?
Continuing on to the warehouse, the group comes across a murdered guard.
So you're in the stacks at this point. You're seeing there are 2 guards that are pushing people back away. I think you hear he's not getting up. He's not breathing, and there's another guard that is kneeling beside it in a body.
He expired too long ago. There's nothing I can do. You should check on Huxley.
I sent to him while we were walking. He's gonna go help Nolani. I didn't mention anything about this, and I'm starting to think that I made a mistake. We might have to go back.
Alistair, identifying Huxley's handiwork in that kill, switches tactics, imploring Arya to come with them to the heights to make sure she gets home safe. Further north in the Sharps, also headed back to the warehouse.
As you guys are exiting the shop, what you do see in the distance is a little bit of commotion. Looks like there's some people that are kind of looking at a large group of guards that are coming your way, but surely maybe 150 feet away.
It speaks into his hand. Hey, Nene, we've been looking at the streets and something's gone down. We need you to find us ASAP.
So I can respond.
You can.
Arrested, being marched to. Siobhan took off with Hadrian.
Io and Yori spot Nolani being marched through the streets.
Arrested is not a phrase I think that Yori fully understands.
Yeah.
What Yori sees is someone in chains trapped somewhere.
Oh.
Like,
Free him and take him back somewhere?
let's just find out where they're taking him. But we should not try to free him. That will only make this situation much, much worse.
After a brief message exchange between Yori and Nalani,
Nalani, you look like maybe you're in some trouble. Do you want some help? Or like, do you want to do like a rescue?
Siobhan willingly went with Hadrian. Something's going on. We need to find the rest of the group.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't really know about all that other stuff.
they decide to break him free.
Do you want help getting free? It'll be pretty cool.
Let's do this.
Okay, I'm going to grab about 1,000 gold worth of gold. I'm going to fly it in the air, drop it all right around him where the crowd is, just throw it up in the air and dump the whole bag all around.
I would like you all to roll initiative.
That's when all hell breaks loose.
And we're back.
That was so much fun. I'm sorry.
That was
I'm just like, oh my goodness.
guys, immersion broken.
Not even half
now.
of it.
Immersion broken. Hold on.
This
Wait,
is
no,
our
just-
game, Joe. We'll break immersion if we want to.
Just because of that, I'm going to use the same music. I'm going to pull you guys just right back into it.
Well, I can't hear it, so fine.
Great. Cool. From this moment, we slowly fade up into a somewhat quiet tavern. The first floor showing some very thick carpeting around this center sort of area where you can see there is what must be a bartender, but not one that we've seen. At least looking so spruced up. We see an elven man with a very nice looking vest that seems to be writing down on a piece of paper, greeting someone as they're coming in, and we realize we can't hear the conversation. The camera starts to pan upwards to the second floor, looking very similar, except that there is a halfling that is tending bar, still wearing that same sort of uniform. And we move over to where there is a closed door. Moving through it, we see figures sitting around in an enclosed space. Very comfy booth, large open oak table. Somewhat crowded, the amount of people here. As you're all staring at each other, I think there's a moment where you're in your drinks and just trying to wait for your brain to settle down. I believe that we don't see Gwyn here in this moment. But I think we are going to start with Gwyn. Gwyn, you are in the Dewdrop Inn with everybody else. You have found a table. You've had drinks brought to you, but Gwyn, you're looking for something a little stronger. So, what do you do?
I would go up to the bartender and probably have out a couple of books, trying to look like a student who's just returned from the library, sort of.
Okay, cool. You come up to a blonde halfling woman, looking a little bit older in years. I'd say human, kind of like a human version of probably 50 years old, I'd say. You see her fully just dressed in that uniform as you see her just come look up at you at the perfect time, as if she had timed it right and is a professional at this. Oh, hello. How can I help you?
Do you have anything that would help me get through the just insane amount of research that I need to get done in a short period of time?
Unfortunately, the back catalog of the substances that we would offer in that are a little low at the moment. I do apologize for that. I can check in with the in the back room just to see if there is anything else that we might have, possibly sitting waiting for someone who did not come back to pick it up.
Would be forever grateful for whatever you could find.
Gwen, roll me an insight check.
Good luck. You don't want to know. It's a minus one.
Yeah, I do.
It was a natural one for a minus.
Fantastic. Very cool. Okay, well, if I do happen to find what you're looking for, is there a certain way that you would like it served?
Just any sort of cup you got. Bigger the better.
Very well. Some like to have it in a tea cup. Would that suffice?
Fine.
Very good. Well, fingers crossed.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're in that room, correct?
Yeah, just back there.
Absolutely. I'll bring it right to your table.
Thank you so much.
You see her walk away. As soon as you see her walk away, she walks through a back door that is only available from the bar side, and about 10 seconds go by before someone else comes out, just kind of like putting on their vest and is looking around to see if anyone else needs help.
Yeah, I'll head
this
back
place-
to
Go ahead.
the group.
Cool, you got it. Heading back into the group, opening the door, I imagine there is, well, what do you think we have here, gang? Do you think we are deep in conversation, or is there a weird coldness set in this room?
I think for sure, and I think I messaged you about this earlier in the week, but we'll see. Like on the walk over to the inn, like I imagine that the houses aren't wildly different architecturally. So I was hoping that I could, using my knowledge and experience from Faustus, and if I could get an educated guess on what the interior of the homes might be based on the exterior of it.
I see it.
Trying to plan of like what Marion's place may or may not look like.
I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That is going to be a 24.
Okay.
So, you don't have to tell me anything now. So using that, what I would have is probably 3 different possibilities drawn out on the table. Probably Alistair's papers are taking up 90% of this table.
Okay.
And just trying to point, like looking at Yori, grabbing Io, Nalani, waiting for Gwen to come back. Like, okay, if this comes in here, like how would we imagine like furniture in the place? Like, what do you think it would look like? I don't know how people. Are you guys listening to me? Like, Io, Yori, are you?
Gwen, you open the door at this.
Yeah, let's. What did you find? What did you see?
I just like I have some options here of what Marion's house may look like, and I just if we enter through this door, then maybe you guys could. I mean, I know there's a lot of walls, and I was thinking like Yori, Io, like, are you looking at these? Like, how are we going to do this?
Do What?
So I'm going in. I'm gonna go into the meeting, and I need you guys to be close, preferably. Are you?
You going? Yeah. Cameron wants you to go to a meeting with Marion and the other people.
Yeah, he said Hadrian would be there with three other people, and then Marion and his sons, and Cameron, who is actually he's one of their like goons, I guess, and
Said to be big.
Enforcer, I think.
Enforcer. Okay. But he'll be outside. So really it's just Hadrian and two other people, and Marion and his four sons, and obviously they wanted information, but like really, like Yori, we had talked about Marion is a slaver, right? And he does like he hurts people the way that you got hurt, and we need to end that.
Right. That part I'm very clear on. There's just been so much that happened, and we just all got back together, except we still. Does anybody know where Siobhan is?
She went to go meet Hadrian.
I think she's with Hadrian.
Morning.
I think she's with him now.
Still? Okay.
Nalani said he saw her before whatever happened.
Leave with him.
Did anybody talk to her?
I sent her a message. She said she'd reach out if she could, but I haven't heard anything. I have an idea. A little one.
What you got planned?
I get Houston back. I sent him after one of Marion's sons earlier. But he could go in with Alistair, at least. So you don't go in alone, because I don't know if I can go in with you.
Yeah, in fact, we should probably assume that you won't be able to go in with him.
But we need to be close.
We do need to be close. No, for sure. But
and you need to have a mental link with Alistair, right? Io?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's.
I think we have to.
It's the clearest path forward, I think.
If only there was some other way we could communicate to each other. If only someone had gone
and gotten
picked up a way that everybody could communicate.
Io, you feel a tap on your like book bag where your book is.
Okay.
You've also saved room in a spot in the booth next to you. Nalani's here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I look over.
You look over and you see nothing because he's invisible.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right. We're probably not alone here. So, Nene, care to elaborate any details or your thoughts on all this?
You you feel your book bag fly open, and the book of sending that you have is put on the table.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going too. I was gonna say, yeah, the books that you ended up getting. I mean, we could use these. The only question is using this inconspicuously. If Al's at this meeting, how is he going to basically pull this off without it looking suspicious?
People take notes at meetings, right? Isn't that a thing?
I'm sincerely hoping that
it is.
People won't see me at this meeting, so I don't think that's a concern.
The other thing is I thought maybe he could draw like where what if he goes, because if he's going in a house and we don't know where he is, we could just go in the house and search all the rooms, but we'd have to, we know it's in that big house, but there's probably like a lot of rooms. There might be like, an under.
I drew maps right here.
Right, but
Like-
you can't point at what the room where the meeting will be.
You could.
I mean, I guess you could
basically- I see
guess.
what you're saying. We could use the maps live.
Or you could draw
Sure.
the way from the front door to where, I mean, even if it was quickly, like just lines that say like, left, right, and kind of draw little directions to get where he is if we don't know where he is. I don't know how the maps help. I'm sure they do. I'm not understanding because I don't know how you take the maps and figure out where you would be, though. Couldn't they be underground or on second floor? Maybe there's more floors.
Well, what do you have, Yori? What's your plan?
He just told you his plan.
I just wanted to get everybody back together, and I thought maybe we'd find Siobhan.
Okay, Siobhan made a choice
I'll just
to go
go-
see Hadrian. All right, and we all agreed to let her go do that. We all said that we were fine with it, and Siobhan will return when Siobhan's ready to return.
But
I
if she
thought
goes
that was
back to the warehouse, isn't that not
I don't
an
think she
option?
will. She thinks Huxley is about to kill her. Whatever happened
Sorry,
between them, I
what?
don't know. She thinks whatever happened on the beach was him. But that was somebody else.
On the beach?
yeah. That's. I think Nalani could probably fill you in on that one. But yeah, Nalani shot a horse on a carriage, killed some civilians, and whoever was in it. Got Hadrian was in it because we saw him go by on a horse.
I didn't hear
That
that,
was,
he
that was
he
Siobhan
killed
with
people?
him.
And then
All I saw was
Huxley.
him being taken away somewhere.
yeah,
That makes.
and Huxley killed a guard by the warehouse.
So there's,
Uh,
I just wanted to go to the library. Like a lot of things happened between then.
Yeah.
So I might not be able. I trust you. You tell me where you want me to be and what you want me to do, but I need to know how do we feel about Huxley at this point?
Knock, knock, knock.
Huxley?
I'll go. I'll go answer the door.
You see the door open just enough for everybody to basically see this person. Same woman, same halfling woman. You see her present a tea tray and the teacup in front of you, and just like a little teaspoon that's just kind of on the side as well. Just presenting it to you. We did manage to find something that would hopefully be able to help you study a little bit. And
Amazing. Is the cup already filled?
Yes. Yeah.
Gwen's
like
just
it's-
going to reach out, shoot it back, and then put the empty cup on the tray and shut the door.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna say because because of how you're ingesting this, I would like 2 Constitution saving throws, both with disadvantage, please.
Okay. The first one was a 10.
Okay.
The second one was a 5.
Cool. Awesome. You as you do that, you notice first off it was a little too hot to just down it because it's tea, so there's but you're a
Higher to the
tiefling, so what am I
water.
talking about? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not a problem at all. Cool. As you
I
feel
should
it,
ask, does resistance to poison help me out at all with this?
it would have for the first one, but you did pass.
Okay.
Great. So you hear a knock at the door again.
I'll open it.
I'm so sorry. It looked like we were possibly some sort of jam there. I was also going to be just mentioning to you all that there might be some figures that might make their way up here. Apparently, there was down below. There was and continues to be some sort of scuffle in the streets. I guess there was some sort of murderer that did manage to get out of the guards' custody. So some guards are going to be making their way around, most likely knocking on doors that have people in them.
I will hobble over and give her 2 platinum and say, I'm pretty sure you're remodeling this room right now.
Yeah, that's right. I absolutely forgot. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I will shut the door on her. And she's saying,
close
thank
the
you.
door. Yep. She didn't care. She got you.
Okay.
She got it. Gwen.
Yeah.
You feel the first thing you notice is that you actually feel this weird sort of the tea or espresso or whatever you got gives a very like tingling sensation to your lips and your tongue, and you're just kind of noticing it now after like a solid like 10 seconds. And you also notice that as Alistair closes the door, you see a fray thread on his his lapel that you never noticed before.
I think she would blink rapidly, but then go back over to the table and just sit back down and start pulling out papers.
Cool.
Can I still feel Houston through the familiar bond? Like, does it still feel like he's on this plane?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I think I can. I was reading the spell like backwards and forwards. I think I can just dismiss him from whatever distance. I can't like go into his senses or anything.
Okay.
So
I'll
do that and then start the 10 minutes of casting Find Familiar using a spell slot.
You got it.
'Cause I want to know what he knows.
You got it. Roll me a. Yeah, roll me an Arcana check. I'm gonna say you have advantage.
That will be a 17.
Great. With a 17, you're remembering that unfortunately, as being a wizard, you have to think about the idea of like, oh, I have to. There's a whole sort of list of things that I have to now put together and say and cast. And as you start to kind of pull those out, you realize every time you reach into your bag, you're pulling out exactly what you needed, as if you remembered exactly where it was.
This is
and
okay.
And Houston comes back in 5 minutes.
Amazing. I'm immediately gonna just try to see what he saw during his excursion. Like, did you follow the guy? I'll ask
Yeah,
him.
I would say so. Like I would say, like you can have a conversation with him. I don't know if you can I don't know if it's like a recording sort of thing that you can see a past thing.
I think that's pretty much left to DM discretion. Because
Okay.
it does say that you can communicate telepathically with them.
Mhm.
So I don't know if what you see back is. I mean, he still has a cat's intelligence, I'm assuming.
Right.
So
I assume that is in communication. So like being
Yeah.
able to communicate back and forth, you're able to. I'm just saying you're not going to get like a photo, real sort of thing.
No,
where you
that's totally fine. What did you see?
Although that gives me a great idea for a really fun, futuristic sort of Find Familiar spell.
It would be so cool.
Yeah, you get a voice. We won't go into it now, but you get a voice back in your head that I'm gonna say it's a low DC, but I'm gonna say give me an investigation check.
Using my stats or Houston's stats?
Using your stats.
My stats. Am I still functionally exhausted? For
You're not.
disadvantage. Okay. Ooh. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Great. Yeah, with a dirty 20, you're able to understand that Houston got pretty far. Going into the what looks like it was probably all the way to the Drafton estate. The immediate thing, the first thing I will tell you that you realize is that all of the pages, and you notice this very quickly on the table, everything Alistair's drawn out is not even close.
Okay. I'm gonna take out a fresh piece of paper and start sketching out something more accurate.
You got it. Cool. You were not able. He didn't get to like go through the whole house. Basically, kind of like stuck by James. He is able to relay to you that there was a frustrated conversation with James, and Houston's able to tell you that he was that there was a note that seemed to magically appear in the windowsill. I'm going to say like a dirty 20 sounds is pretty good. So Houston's able to convey a lot. There was a envelope that Houston was sure wasn't there before, was all of a sudden on a windowsill right next to Marion's head. When addressed, he looks at it, takes it, opens it up, closes it, and seems to be deep in thought, and then falling into more frustration, saying to James, "Plans changed."
Above Table Joe, wasn't it Aiden that was at the
Apologies, yes, Aiden. All that was Aiden.
Not James.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was
Aiden
like,
was the one
doesn't
that was
sound quite
following,
right, but yeah.
Yep. But Marion was the one that said to Aiden, "Plans have changed." And it was at that moment that Houston was poofed.
Damn it. Should have waited 5 more minutes. I'm going to slide the better floor plan over to Alistair and go, "This is the Drafton estate. We can use it to plan." Houston's just really good at what he does.
He draws
But plans have
blueprints.
changed about something. I don't know what that means. I poofed him back too soon.
So nat 20's sorry.
Or
excuse
dirty
me,
20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20's pretty good. Houston seems to want to talk about the house a lot.
Was there something special about the house? Did you notice anything?
Something that was interesting was that on the second floor, all of the curtains that were on the first floor were very typical, like rich people sort of. And this place is a straight up mansion, and it is a mansion. But something interesting was that the second floor, which is where Houston was at before he got poofed away, had black curtains.
In all of the rooms?
In all the rooms that Houston was in. Which would say like probably the main hallway. Honestly, probably just the main hallway and then the room that Marion and Aiden were in.
Like black curtains, like can't see in or out of, or at least.
Mm-hmm.
So the second floor is kind of a blackout from that outside and inside. I don't know if that's helpful.
mean, it gives us the option of possibly everyone being inside the house, unseen, on the first floor.
That would be ideal.
Or possibly, if we could find a way to get to the second floor, maybe ambush from the windows. But I think we'd rather not do that.
I mean, it's kind of cool to go through a window, but it's not the smartest plan. Yeah, I do. Do you know how you're getting in? I know Cameron's helping you, but do you have like a thing, like a plan? I guess.
I didn't ask. As you said, it's been a long day, and it hasn't really gone it all the way that I think we thought it was going to. We were just gonna go to the library too, and then we had to deal with Cedric.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you met.
Yeah, we were gonna help Arya, but
yeah,
that didn't work out.
Gwyn, roll me a D20. You have to get 15 or higher.
Boy. 13.
Okay.
Also, is what the lady said when she came in, does that mean we're not ordering any food? What did you have, Gwen? Was it good?
I had some tea. It's gonna help me stay awake.
I'm not a huge fan of tea.
And as she says that, she's gonna pull out the scroll that she got from the cat and open her book and just start scribbling and trying to transcribe it.
You just
first scroll you pull out.
Amazing.
You're just gonna do that right now.
If I can get it done, I think it will help.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, let you cook. But yeah, this day is not at all what I planned. Thought we were gonna go, do some library reading, go to a bookstore, and find out Nalani killed the people. And we start a revolution, and
Yeah, so the second one there, Nalani killing people, not as much of a surprise as any of us might think it would be. The second part of that, though, where you
start a revolution.
Yeah, what? Right. So when I brought this up, like we could plan and have like an end game for this, and then you guys just decided that without any forethought that you were gonna
more like
what?
More like Little Man and Nene already started, and
you're an adult. Like you can make decisions and choices.
He did tell me not to. But
it was already at the point of no
away.
return. It was either let Little Man and Nene fend for themselves, or try to make a bad situation worse.
And to be, I don't care what Alani did. He's our friend, and I trust that what he did, he thought he needed to do.
I was rolling for this the whole time. I just wanted you guys to know this is just perfect timing. Poof, Nalani comes in.
Oh,
well, thank you, Yori. That's very kind of you. Looks at Alistair.
Yeah, so I mean, I think maybe part of where I got the idea was some of the things that you said earlier, and then something about, like how things aren't always fair, and people have power and some people don't. I don't actually remember what I said, but it got people pretty riled up, and then we had a bunch of gold, so I thought maybe people like that, and so I threw it out, and then I flew Nalani away, and things maybe got a little out of hand, but it was mostly just talking. I think maybe I was glowing a lot and people liked that, But it worked.
Which does say something about the downtrodden in this city.
Gwyn. Actually, I'll say everybody here except for Siobhan, give me a perception check. Gwyn, you have advantage.
$12.
14.
11.
15.
Nice. Yori, as you're talking, you hear the faintest. You've heard that sound before.
Listen,
When have I heard that sound before?
Very recently.
The gates.
I think when we tried
it's
to
like
do
the
magic
sound
near the
of the
gate.
gate itself. I thought it was like an alarm.
Yeah.
Okay, but it is this. Yeah. It just okay.
No, that wasn't the sound of the gate opening. That was the sound from the gate. Remember when you guys passed the gate? Yeah.
Can we cast magic through it?
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Listen,
wait,
Yori, I'm not upset with you.
Did you?
Okay.
Did you hear that? Did nobody else?
I don't. We're not changing the subject.
Wait,
listen.
wait,
I'm not.
wait. No, he might. What did you hear, little man?
It was just like, do you know that when we were at the gate and like there was like the sound it makes when you like stuff, I guess maybe magic happens or like and then I told the guy about my hair and
You're talking about the alarm.
Yeah, does that matter? Well, it just sounded off. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't trying to change the subject. I just kind of heard it. And also, on a different topic, you said, like, I actually just so I did have fun with you today, Io. Like, things happened while we were, but I had a good time going to. I just didn't want you to think that like that part was like bad. It was. Elvis was weird, but we got the books we were trying to get. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Al. One last thing. Yeah, little man, that was actually the highlight of my day today. Sorry, Alistair. What point did you want to make? If he heard the alarm going off, I just thought that's something we should all be aware of, because I didn't hear anything.
I'm just gonna say I'm not mad at you guys about the whole uprising, but we can use that, right? After this, if we need to do something, I think the people that you guys encouraged might be a place for us to find a place to hide. I don't think we can go back to the warehouse. So I was just asking questions so I knew how we could use that information best. I think what you guys did was a great idea, but we could have planned it better is all I'm saying.
No, honestly, I agree with you. The last thing I wanted us to be in is in this specific situation. But yeah, I appreciate that. We'll try and make this work best we can. And thank you for making sure Arya got home safe.
Yep.
I don't think I would have been able to forgive myself if we got her into something and something happened to her because of that.
Yeah, she might be a place we could maybe she might help us too. So
it kind of seems like city has been but keeps getting more dangerous to be here, and maybe if we're trying to do something or get something here, we could do it quickly, and then maybe we should leave.
Nalani, how are you invisible?
I'm not now, right?
No, but before you were.
Yeah. How was that achieved?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you guys.
Speed it up. Let's go.
Well,
Glenn is still writing.
Accurate.
well, Huxley did it.
Okay, well, he didn't leave the spell for the full amount of time, so he's active. He's doing something.
Oh. Yeah, that's
Or
right.
he just assumed that
You-
he did say
saw Huxley?
you're on your own. Yeah.
When about 40 minutes ago, so right before we entered
Ye-
up here.
Yeah, like right when Alistair was gonna use his magic to send me over, which is good that he didn't, because apparently it's it sends off that signal.
Your plan all along, right, Nolani?
Listen,
Okay, I
man,
think
you
we
said it
can
was
just
your
forget-
plan. You said you were gonna vortex warp me, which I don't know what that means, over the wall.
Yeah. So where
I
did
don't
Huxley
know how to
go?
play Mitch's Nilani character.
That's
Fine.
pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It was
He probably
pretty
said
accurate.
more words than he would have.
I know. I don't know how to do it.
It's so hard.
Just use the Elvis voice.
Definitely not doing that.
No.
It's Marion, right? Marion we know is a slave trader, and we know that Maeve was taken and sold. So if anyone in this town knows what's going on, it would be Marion, and I'm going to be in the room with Marion.
I thought originally we were trying to. I thought, yeah, didn't Siobhan wanted to talk to Hadrian, and Hadrian, wasn't that the way where she was gonna find where Maeve was?
Yep, and I think that idea was terrible, and I said that, and I agreed to let her go do her thing, and I have said from day one that since we knew of Marion, that he would be the place to go for the information that we needed.
If Siobhan is with Hadrian right now, as all signs point to her being, she will be in that meeting too, and we can help her.
Okay, I
Al's
hope,
just
I
in
hope that's
there,
true. I
and
told her
we're
to come
around.
back. I told her that I told her to come back, but if the warehouse isn't, she won't know where to come back to if we don't tell her or see her. So I hope she's at the meeting.
I'm just gonna say it because I said it to you. I said it to Yori already. What if Huxley was right?
If she, I don't know, Nene. I don't think he has the full picture. If he was right, she'd have no reason to ever have saved my life, or Al's life, or anyone else she's helped out since we've been with her.
He told
What
me
it?
that her judgment can be compromised around him, and I promised to watch out for her. But we let her go alone this morning.
And
I
to
will
be-
not let her be
and
alone in this meeting.
Also, to be fair, Nene, it was Huxley who said we should let her go in the first place. So I mean, at the end of the day, with that, you got to pick a lane. If you don't trust her and you think she's gonna make a bad mistake, why let her go off and go with somebody that we know is bad news for us involved?
I can only go off of what I know, and from what you all tell me, and above board, I think we all had this conversation, including Nilani in this, that Huxley was off the deep end and trying to kill her. And I saw Huxley twice and survived twice.
I know you're going off what you know, but think about it like this. Them two have had friction from day one. Have you had friction with Huxley?
Yeah, I hate Huxley. He's an asshole.
Well, yeah, but he's probably intimidated by
But
you. I figured you could probably take him in a fight. So,
And at the end of the day,
when I look,
that little blowgun, he gave that to you.
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at is you having a good ending experience with Huxley. Same thing with Alistair having a good experience with Huxley. That's totally different than Shiv. Shiv never had that relationship with Huxley. Not from what we can glean.
Right, but what I'm saying is that Siobhan told us that Huxley has gone off the deep end and tried to kill her. And I can imagine a couple reasons why, based on stuff that I've seen. But as far as deep end...
He seemed like he was all there.
Huxley is very
like
good at masking.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talked to him, he did not sound well.
Okay. I'm just saying if...
And at the end of the day, I don't really know if it matters one way or the other. We need to get in that meeting. We need to get information. Because it's our lead to Maeve. We will deal with Huxley and Siobhan as we need to deal with them.
Yeah.
I can't promise you I'll get in the way of that.
Okay.
Alistair points his cane at Nalani. Did you, when Siobhan left this morning, right? And we all talked, we said that we were going to let her go and that we trusted her to make the choices that she wanted to make, that she needed to make, because she felt that would help her find her daughter. Did you agree to that?
I don't think I was there that session.
To be fair, I think he was outside.
Yeah.
Is he on the roof at that point?
Okay.
He was.
He was on
How
the
about
roof.
you, Io? Io,
Yeah.
how about you? Did you agree to that, right?
Yeah, that's
Right?
why I'm
Yori,
saying I
Yori,
trust
did you
her.
agree to that?
Yeah.
Gwen?
I mean,
I think we all
I
agreed to
said
that,
we
right?
should all be together waiting for like a signal or something, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, for me, it does. I trust Siobhan. That I'll trust her until, I guess. I don't know. For me, trust is just something that I give, and I chose you all. I'll trust
Well
you,
said.
no matter what
So that's
you
a
do.
yes, right? We all agreed to
Exactly.
this. I feel like we need to let Siobhan do her thing, and if she needs help, she will ask for it, and we'll be there. But you guys, all of us, agreed to let that happen.
Yep.
And if Huxley can't stick to what he agreed to, that's a Huxley problem. I still think that our best choice and option to help Maeve is through Marion. And I'm going to be in the room with Marion. I'm asking you guys to help me do this. If you don't want to, then maybe give me the same amount of trust that we've given Siobhan, and I will do it on my own, but I am asking you all to not let me do that. I'm asking for your help. I need your help to do this. I want your help.
Oh, I'm always there. I want to
Nalani
be
looks
there
at Io.
with you. But I don't think that will work. But I will be as close as I can be.
Nene, you chose to come with me and go down this road. Is that still what you want to do? Why do you trust me? What have I done to earn that trust?
We played in a one-shot together. There's certain questions
That's true. It's just
playing as Nalani's character
you're
cannot
not going to be
answer.
able to answer, right? It's just naturally that's something he would say.
We played in a one-shot together where we saved this weird old lady wombat and her piddle pet. That's not canon, but I'm saying it.
They've got like their own language. It's like sometimes I don't understand.
Yeah.
How
How about this?
I still have some bread.
For right now.
I could do that as Nalani.
Mm-hmm.
He takes some bread, I think.
For right now, Nalani, just trust Io.
Okay.
anything that happens, I'm the one on the hook.
Gwen is gonna look up from where she's been frantically scribbling over at Houston. Just go, fuck. I meant to bring you back as a spider.
Ow.
Oh well.
You see Houston just kind of try to lay himself out as flat as he can.
Yeah.
I am looking at Yori, like, just bleeding, like, his eyes, you could tell. Like, they just...
All right, so we're decided then. So, Alistair, you tell me what to do, where you want me to be. But this is your call. You're going to be in the meeting and you need our help. Tell me what to do.
I don't know what to do. I need all the help I can get. I know we can't let Marion leave. And I know we can't really handle more people coming into the room. And if Siobhan is actually there with Hadrian, then maybe that's a group we don't need to worry about. Maybe Siobhan has made peace with Hadrian. Maybe she's controlling him. I don't know.
Right. We can't account for the things that we don't know, so there's no point in trying to deal with them until it comes up.
Yep. So what do we know?
Then, yeah. So you're gonna go in. Is Houston going in too as a cat now? Can you
Let me try something. I
You
don't
see
know if it will
Houston
work.
just hiss at Yori by calling him a cat.
Gwen's gonna flip to the page in her book that has the find familiar stuff, look at it, close her eyes, temporarily dismiss him, saying, "I'll bring you right back, buddy." And then she's gonna concentrate and try to bring him back as a spider. I don't actually know if the spell works this way, but
I like it. You see a spider with
it's like a black
tiny
widow
bat wings.
spider sort of thing.
Yeah, if I may, I think little tiny bat wings.
Yeah, little tiny bat wings. Good buddy.
I'll hold my hand out, like kind of pop open my vest so he can crawl in there.
Meow.
It's all right.
He still meows.
Of course
Yep.
he does. He's a
If there's anyone who's had some identity crisis stuff, it's Houston.
poor Houston. He just wants to be a cat. Hey, that worked. And then she goes back to the other squirrel.
Cool.
Io, is there anything, or Gwen, or is there anything you guys have that could help any of us in this?
I was planning on sending out Callisto to kind of patrol the skies if we could, or sneak in up top, but the only thing is, he's not exactly inconspicuous.
I should say not.
So
You don't
Other
see
than
him
that-
anywhere.
Where is Callisto?
Actually,
Gwen
that's a
is
good
also going to look
question.
up and just go, Neve?
No, don't bring Neve into this.
While she said Neve, he would have basically sent out a mental message to Callisto as well. It's like, hey partner, where you at?
Right on Alistair's shoulder.
Yay, it's Neve!
No.
You know where Siobhan is? Yeah, I'm talking to a fox. Is she with Hadrian? Is she safe? All right.
Yeah.
I like the fireworks thing you did last time and the bubbles.
Maybe not right now.
Roll a
though,
d20.
please.
God.
I did.
And
luck
you
that.
better hope for bubbles.
Spell.
19.
Cool, you got it.
Cool.
Okay. I don't really know how this helps, but we have need.
Yeah, I every time you say its name, like nothing good happens.
Hey, internet foxes make the craziest sounds.
They do.
You calm
They made a
down.
whole song about it.
Yeah.
They did.
he-
Foxes and raccoons, actually.
Can you go check on Siobhan? Maybe she might want to say hi.
You see Neve look at you and get really close to your face. Gets closer as you move away. As you turn your head.
I think she wants a kiss.
Nope.
Stare.
No.
You can do this.
Nope.
Come on. We need her help.
We don't. You brought her. You just brought her here. We were fine for.
Siobhan needs her help.
And poofs out.
Fuck.
Kisses your cheek.
Well,
Alistair's, for some reason, both cheeks, even though it's just one cheek, has like these like weird, like kind of like fairy sort of dust look. Like it's like very shiny on both sides. Not coming off. Should have kissed her, dude.
Eat that fox.
Gwen is going to use prestidigitation to make it sparklier.
Incredible. Full anime style.
So go away.
We don't have much time left.
Yeah, so did I hear anything from Callisto? I did call out to him mentally. I asked where he's
When?
at. I said
Just
it
now?
like,
It was
I said it
mentally.
like yeah.
That's a good
mentally,
point.
but yeah.
You're right. You're right. We got to work on that,
Okay,
Dan. You and
so-
me. We got to work on that mental. And what am I rolling for? Yeah, he appears.
So, partner,
Partner.
we've got a situation that I think you're going to be a pretty useful asset for. And then
Your friend has something wrong with his cheeks.
Why is it looking at me, Io?
he notices your makeup from
What?
Neve. Yeah, your cheeks are you can't see that sparkle from there. You can't see that?
That is a
fox.
purposeful thing. I've seen some of the Dair's Wharf residents having something similar.
In this
Mostly-
case,
Mostly at a very specific location in town.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But in his case, it's because he drew the ire of a fairy. Or of a fey being.
So that is our quest to slay this fey being.
No. Actually, our quest, I need you to do an eavesdropping mission. You see, our nicely made up friend is going to need to make his way into a man by the name
what I
of
forgot.
Marius.
I'm so sorry, Dan. I'm so sorry. But that's the character that just has come about. So you need me to break the roof off of something.
You know, that almost would be useful, but no. What
Okay.
you're trying to do, no, that's a terrible metaphor for you. Specifically, what I need you to do is you need to sneak in to the same location that Alistair's going to. It's by the name of a man named Marion. We need to figure. Basically, you're gonna have to be the other person listening in and kind of scoping the place out, so that way, me and everyone else here can get a good idea of escape routes, vantage points, anything that will give us an advantage if and when this situation becomes a we need to slay something type situation. Hopefully it doesn't. We're trying to gather information and make sure this guy is safe.
The man with the cheeks.
Exactly. The cheek man.
Cheek man. Very well. This is, to be clear, your directions are to go to this Marion's house before, after, or during the cheek man goes.
That's actually a very good question. So hey gang, should we scope out this place ahead of time with Callisto, or we thinking during?
You see Callisto just look at you all as if also waiting for an answer.
You're muted, Clinton, if you're talking.
Can he do that undetected?
Well, to be fair, I haven't been able to keep up with where he's been this whole time. Speaking of, how do you manage not to get noticed, Callisto? Do you just fly really high so you're indistinguishable?
I'm well enough aware to understand that most beings in this realm have eyes only on one side of their head. I try to stay on the opposite.
Okay. And it seems like you've been doing a pretty good job of it so far. I mean, this area...
So far, I've been correct in understanding that they only have eyes on one side of their head.
That is true of most beings, yes. Okay, well, I need you to be extra careful making sure you're not detected here, because this area is high security. If you run into trouble, let me know via message immediately and try to get yourself to safety.
So, right, understood.
All right. Anything that was not clear, or you think we got a good plan going on?
You told me to go to the Marion house. The house of Marion.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry, did you say before? Or during?
We still haven't. All right, guys.
Before.
If you can sneak in before, that would actually be great. So before Al goes.
At what time exactly? Before could be a step before him.
That's a good point. I'm saying, hey Al, how much time do we have before this meeting?
Now. He should go now. If we're worried about the more information we have, the sooner the better.
All right. You heard the cheek man. You can go ahead and start your surveillance now.
Very good.
And I think it's definitely partners. Oh, also, we need an official partner handshake. Then he basically leads him into like a little handshake.
Casting
type
a spell that I'm not aware of?
No. This is just the way partners communicate. See,
but we have already a very special way to communicate.
We do. It's a bit of fun. Just have a bit of fun.
Just a reminder that everybody at this table is just watching nothing.
Or Yuri is just watching.
Oh yeah,
this
they're
happen.
watching nothing visibly, but they're seeing Io literally taking his hand and like trying to make him do the hand motions. So
Why
it's probably
are you
even
clutching
more.
my hand?
It's a fun little way of, greeting each other. That's how partners, friends, buddies.
This is fun. I've heard of fun.
Yeah.
Something that children do.
Everybody can have fun.
We will have a lot more time for fun after the meeting, which is happening very soon.
He moves away. That's a whole project to get. Yeah, I know. To get the most literal being on the planet to give you a handshake.
Gwen is always stopping
is a
people's
project.
fun.
It's a project. Cool. You guys hear, during that whole thing, I won't put it as like a time-based thing. I'll say at a certain point you heard the sound of like hammering, just like kind of like just outside your door, and then you heard the sound of a hammer dropping, and then some sounds of like some like effort sort of sounds as if someone is lifting something over their head and then putting it down somewhere further away. It's about this point that you hear official business from Lord Ulrich. We are here to search the premises in the possibilities of a escaped convict. Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. Actually, we're closed on this floor. As you can see, the doors that I've had to be fixing, they're in need of new paint jobs. So, of course, this establishment, gentlemen, we would not have anyone up here for this, and I'm really surprised you got this far. So, if you don't mind, please, I will, here, on the house. Why am I rolling? Alistair, you paid. Give me 2 d20 rolls, please.
Uh, 19 and an 8.
Nice. Sorry, that's not the picture I wanted. I wanted to go back to that. Yeah, that 19, you hear, well, good luck on the doors. Oh, thank you, officers. Good luck on finding the criminal. That's it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the meeting. Houston is going with me. Callisto is gonna go ahead of us now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else. We have to meet Cameron.
Should we all go with you to the tree with the leaves? Or should we wait and you go and then we follow later?
I think we should go to the leaves.
I would like you guys to stay as close as possible, as long as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go there, and then you'll go in, and then we'll find a way to be near or in. We don't really know how, but I don't think we're gonna talk how out if we don't have any more information.
You have your book, Alistair?
I have my book, and listen, Io, I know you are gifted and talented, and if you can promise me that it's just a communication connection, then sure. But for your safety, I would ask that you not dig any deeper.
Honestly, you have nothing to worry about there. Even if I wanted to, that takes a lot out of me. I'll go ahead and establish it, but it's gonna have to be right before you go in. There's a time limit to how long I can stay connected.
Understood. So, I can communicate to you guys through IO, and Houston can stay in touch with Gwen.
I'm within 100 feet, so we're going to be within 100 feet.
And Cameron said that he would be guarding the door or the entrance in or something. So maybe, you could even just poorly hide. Maybe just hide from the street, and maybe he won't notice you.
Yeah.
Alistair, you get a message.
What, Huxley?
It's very short. Not Huxley.
Oh.
Can't talk now. Plans changed. You're off the hook. Good luck.
No. Not. What do you mean off the hook?
You can feel
Hello?
that your response is not being taken. We're gonna pause you there. I love you.
You're the worst.
I love you.
Literal
Joe.
pages of like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do
I
that?
love
He
you.
watched us plan for 2 weeks in chat.
I love you.
We can't
Yep.
still use it, but oh yeah. I
Okay.
love it.
Okay. Let's go.
Now
I wish I
I'm
had-
so
I-
scared right now.
You know what I'll do next time? I will make sure that I have something written on a piece of paper, and I will do it like at the very beginning, and then I will put it away, just to show like, yeah.
I trust you.
Oh, my heart's racing.
It just means you guys gotta work a little harder. That's all.
Just go
Here we
home.
go. You can just go home, or you can do that. That's totally fine too. Siobhan, you are in the carriage with Huxley and Asher.
Adrian?
Yep. Hadrian and Asher. Hadrian is sitting across from you. Asher is, I would say Asher's also kind of sitting across from you, but like diagonal from you, just kind of staring out the carriage. You hear the first thing you hear as Hadrian is just, it's kind of that like level of like eye contact that's just like it's just over the amount of like comfort for anyone normally. But you both kind of are startled a little bit by the sound of lightning. Well, it's a good thing we still have a carriage with a roof. Right, Asher? And gives a little like nudge, a hard nudge. And Asher is kind of like, and looks back out the window. You start to hear the rain fall.
Hopefully this won't affect anything, but I'm sure in the Heights this is hardly an inconvenience.
I can assure you these people are professional. I would have no doubt on them keeping a schedule, even if there was a little rain. Don't worry, dear. Do you want to go over any sort of game plan?
Can I ask you, Joe, to turn it down just a little? The
Yeah, I'm on my way.
wind's very loud.
Well, it's loud winds.
She's gonna glance towards Asher. Is it okay to discuss the details of my being here with present company?
Well, I guess I haven't really learned my lesson yet in keeping secrets from everyone. Asher knows most.
Okay. Insight check.
Sure. On
That was
Hadrian?
horrible. Yes.
Okay.
Can I do one on both of them? I want to see if Hadrian's lying, and I want to see if Asher is... I just want to get a general mood of Asher right now. I know he's nervous, but I want to know if his mood shifts at him, like Hadrian saying he told Asher everything.
Okay.
So for Hadrian, it's only a 10.
And you have disadvantage.
It's a 10.
Cool. And then Asher's a straight roll.
That was a 11.
He's been just twitchy the whole time. He's not really, you know, I mean, he's always been a little nervous. But, you know.
Well,
yeah.
The information we're after, knowing obviously who purchased her and who I am. I never really trusted the Draftons at the best of times, but I think it would be best that we don't demonstrate that as potential leverage against me.
Awesome. Well, do we have anything that you can think of to offer them in return for this information? You know they're going to be asking for it, so...
I do have the gold from the heist that James failed so brilliantly at.
Ah, well, perfect. Do you have it on you now?
I do. I mean,
why do you say it
truly
like
the
that?
best. What do you mean?
You sounded rather reserved.
No, it's just one of those bags of holding. I don't really quite know how it works, so.
Looks over at Asher. Asher, I would ask you to go up to the driver, but you both look over and Asher's gone. Like Asher, like full on, just took anything to be able to be away from this, and you see him. He said, well, I guess there's a certain romance to this, and he goes from where he is over to where you are and just puts an arm around you to keep you warm.
Okay.
Anything you want to do or say here?
Now that his arm's around her, she's gonna vibe check him.
Okay.
Which is obviously disadvantage. That was a really good disadvantage roll. That's a dirty 20. A working class 20, if I will.
Cool. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
Siobhan, you feel something weird here. In a way, it's the same exact feelings. You get a very clear like ping of like lust. The idea of getting away with something that you feel is positioned more towards the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice something's different. His passion for you, it's like if someone took It's like if someone took a vial of liquid and put the exact same amount, but into a larger potion bottle. It's the same measurement, but it feels like it has more room. Like I said, in the weirdest way of it, it hasn't changed. But you feel like what you've been experiencing before hasn't been quite right.
Would you say opportunity for growth would be a okay description for that? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll say, because I rolled a nat one, I want to try to give you as much as I possibly can without giving too much away. It feels like more than that. It's something where you feel when you it's been 7 years. So I think when you originally touched him and kind of like felt that sort of like vibe check from him, you felt like, oh, it's been 7 years. It's gonna seem a little different. It's gonna seem like he's older, you know, passions change, feelings lessen or strengthen, right? It's just time has passed. In this moment, you feel exactly the same feeling as before you left.
Now I'm confused. So wait, so he feels the same.
The same as when times were good.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you first felt like, so we'll say like the first time you guys met, like met since you came back.
Yeah. No, I get that. I was just confused by a message because it.
Yeah, and it wasn't enough for you to really even like pay any specific attention to. It wasn't until this moment that you actually were able to kind of get like, okay, everything seems to be good right now. If there was like a level of like, is he being like manipulative with me? At least not any more than he was when I started, like when we started together. And if it's true what he says, that he wasn't involved in...
And what the seer said that he wasn't involved too, so I have extra backing on that. Okay, she's...
Yeah.
She's gonna lean in and say, 7 years ago, I did look for the signs that someone was looking for me. But no one came to Eriscar.
Why did you feel the need to leave? You never told me.
What do you mean? I didn't leave. I did a job. We were hired for a job. I went to Eriscar to do the job. It was gonna be a big break or something, and then shit hit the fan and I was abandoned hundreds of miles away and nobody came. I was too injured to travel.
You're right, of course. Who gave us the job again?
Did I write that in the backstory? I don't know.
You didn't.
It was... If I say something, can we...
No, it won't mess
okay,
anything
I
up.
can just...
Yeah.
Okay. It was... You said it was a new big job. Something confidential, though. That's why we couldn't send a team out there. I had to go to make sure it got done right. I don't know who it was. Who I robbed or failed to rob a professor of the Ludus.
Wow. Well, 7 years. I guess. There's been so many jobs since then, I guess.
Uh-huh. That wasn't the point of what I said.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that you didn't even know where I went? After I did a job we were hired to do?
Well, I must have, because I'm sure I was there. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I don't know.
What do you mean?
The carriage stops suddenly here. Sorry, we must be here.
Yes,
You see a face appear right next, just a little too close, in the carriage. Oh, actually, sorry, no, this would be James.
That's Aiden.
I know, I'm getting no. Where you at? Where you at? Where is he? Well, James, and not pictured here. I don't know why. I don't have him on there. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't have him in the thing. There he is. I don't know why he's not on the list. My bad. I literally took him off. Oh, I do something real quick so I don't screw this up. You see James come up to the side of the carriage.
I pull away from Hadrian and sit up.
Roll me an initiative roll. Never mind, I rolled a 5. You're good.
I rolled an... Okay.
What'd you roll?
A natural 1.
Okay, yeah, then he's sorry. Thank you for being honest. Meeting's been moved. Sorry, what do you mean the meeting's been moved? Apparently, Mr. Drafton decided that there would be a different place would be better. You can clearly tell he has no idea. And just trying to save face.
Is your father here, James?
No. It's at the Saluvis Cathedral. And you see Hadrian go, "What? Why?" Again, my father didn't tell me. But you can choose to either be late or not go at all.
We should get going.
I'll remember this. Great. And you see him pull over to like his side of the carriage to like kind of like stand up in and just kind of direct the driver where to go.
I'm gonna turn to Hadrian and whisper, "What the hell is going on?"
Sorry, Hadrian was doing that.
Oh, okay.
So now there's just a terrible moment of just you and James just staring at each other.
It's been a while, James. How's the leg?
Have a good time at the meeting.
Insight check.
Sure.
Ooh, 25.
He is trying to scare the shit out of you. He truly does not know.
Mm.
Hadrian comes back down. All right. James. Hadrian. We can go. And the carriage basically just turns a U-E and goes right back through.
What's going on?
It'll be fine. It's plenty of room.
That's... I don't have a good feeling about this. I'm here to get information about my daughter, obviously, but...
Yes, well, if it is, maybe it's best to do this another time, actually. That might be,
No, if he's going to be there, I just need insurances. Right now, I'm sorry. All I have to go on right now is your word. And as much as I want to believe that, you don't even remember sending me on a job 7 years ago?
Okay. Takes your hands, kisses them. It's going to be all right. I'm going to be right here. I know it's hard to trust me. I get it. It's the horns, isn't it? That's something he used to say all the time. Every time you, like, it was like a little, like, sort of like pet thing of every time you say, like, I don't trust you. Or something like that.
It's... Okay. You understand, from one parent to another, that going to this meeting with them is not only putting my life in your hands, but my daughter's future in your hands. If something happens to me, who's gonna go get her?
Well, as I said, I understand completely, and like I said, I will protect you with every fiber of my being. But if you don't feel comfortable, again, I could go in ahead of you and just make sure that the coast is clear.
I don't think it's a good idea for... Francis knows who I am, what I am, you know. Who's to say they don't? And if my daughter's in the Feywilds, and that wasn't planned, they lost out on a payout. If they know who I am that payout that they lost. You understand that, right?
I understand completely, but...
So you won't sell me out if they offer you a cut?
Of course not. That's not what this is. And don't forget, we have Yanshai. Is that right, Yanshai?
That's a comforting thought. I'm probably happier that we have Asher than Yanshai, but at least he hits hard.
Well, I mean, you know, and he finds his target. He finds it well.
He does that.
And I know I'm a couple years older, but I'm still pretty spry.
The cathedral, what is it? Have I been to this cathedral before?
You see you see his face fall a little bit of that. No, you haven't, for the record. Well, that's the interesting thing. That's supposed to be where the wedding is.
Hadrian,
Yes.
how close has the Violet Sisters and the Red Thorns business gotten in the last few years?
Well, I up until you know.
I am certainly not ruling out a trap for me anymore, but you may have something waiting for you there. You think it's a coincidence they picked there? Now that I've shown up? You don't think someone might be forcing your hand?
Kara, I trust my people.
The Draftons aren't your people and they just changed the meeting location, not your people.
Well, do they know that you're here? Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yes, everyone knows. I kind of, as you said, loudly announced it to everyone but you.
All right, okay, well then we'll just run. We'll just run.
That's very funny.
I was only half kidding. I know that doesn't make me sound like a very good father. Or you a good mother. When you came back, I realized what I was missing.
Your son. We don't know what's waiting for us there. And she's gonna get closer and take his hands. But if something does happen, my daughter's name is Maeve. She was blonde. She may have changeling genes. She wasn't changing when I had her.
God,
No, listen, it's okay. If it comes between me and your son, I have plenty of people looking for her, and if you put your resources behind them,
Okay.
you have more leverage than the last time I was here too, and they know that. And I don't want to put another child in the middle of this.
I promised you that I would help you find your daughter. And that is what I'm going to do.
Okay. She's gonna kiss him.
Kiss you back. We're going to take this moment to take our 30-minute break. Sorry,
30
minute
minute.
break. Good lord.
30 minutes.
It's 10:30. We're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
I think we're
Here we
actually
go.
live.
All right, do job kids. We are back. You see Hadrian walking in. No. What are you guys doing here? Sorry, I don't know why I'm in a weird mood tonight with that. I'm just so excited to bring this ship around finally. Yeah. So coming into Alistair, yes, Alistair, you just got a thing. Can't talk now. Plans changed. Go home. Good luck.
Out loud. What do you mean plans have changed? What do you, good luck. We'll go home. What?
What's happening? This is Nalani.
Yeah, what the hell?
Was that Cameron?
Cameron, he said plans have changed. Go home. Good luck. That's it. He's just not.
Well, fuck.
Is there a window in here?
Not in this room. Not in this specific room that you're in.
That makes sense because it's private.
I'm kind of real tired of not knowing what's going on and what to do. Just want to hit something.
Okay. So okay, so we go to Marion's house now. We just go down. If they're either he's not there, he's wherever the meeting is taking place, and then he has to come back, and we'll be there waiting on him, or he's leaving now to go to wherever this thing is moved to, and we can catch them on the street.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's
One moment. I already sent Callisto to Marion's. Let me see if he's made it there yet. Hey, Callisto. Have you made it to the Marions?
But no, I'm desperately trying to find a way in.
Okay. There's been a change of plans. I'd say keep doing what you're doing. It looks like we're coming to meet you.
We are now in current time. You guys times have lined up here. I'm saying that because Io, you have Callisto at the Marion residence. I'll put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll roll it. That's a natural 17. Callisto mentions there is a large animal driving a vehicle from the residence. Should I see if they have something called keys?
See if it has something called keys. He's saying that part out loud. How about for now, just follow this vehicle. So we're pivoting here. Follow the vehicle now.
Understood.
Should we could
We should probably go.
Can we? Yeah, let's definitely go. Couldn't we call? I don't know. I can't do it. Can we talk to Kara, to Siobhan, and ask her what she's doing, and then she can meet us somewhere? I just want us to be together.
We can do that. If she's in danger, she probably won't be able to answer. And it will put me very low at resources. So it might be better to have a direction
to find where
first.
the meeting is, and if she's going to be there, then let's stop talking about it and let's just go.
I think
Agreed.
ask him what direction they're heading. Io, north, south, west.
east.
I asked what direction in that exact way. North, south, west, east.
Yes. I rolled a 3.
Specific. Gotcha.
Can you
All
track
right.
him?
I need landmarks. Give me anything you can go off of. What are you seeing?
I'll roll with advantage because you're asking for landmarks.
As this is happening, Gwen is stuffing everything into her bag and hoping that the scroll worked.
Cool. You got it. Which scroll was that?
The mischief scroll.
Okay, you got it. Roll me in our contract with advantage.
Okay, guys. Moment of truth. Ha. Cocaine is good for her. That's a natural 19, so plus 6 is 25.
Incredible. Gwen, as you put it in your bag, there's a feeling that kind of comes over you as you say, I hope this works. It feels instinctual to say that, but you don't mean it. You know it worked.
Awesome. And mechanically above table, did this count as a short rest?
Yes, it did. Great question. Yeah.
Is the carriage ride long enough for me to get a short rest?
Roll me a d20, and I'll say roll a 6 or above.
It's a 10.
Okay, great, cool. I do believe. We'll say the carriage ride is what made you get the short rest, even though that is the scariest carriage ride that I could ever experience.
I could roll with disadvantage.
No. I said what I said.
Oh, okay.
Also, I want this to be a fair fight. I mean, what?
I'm only down 11 hit points. It's okay. And no spell slots. All spell slots.
It's fine. Yeah, so you got a short rest. You hear, we are passing by a large gate now.
A large gate? What's the large gate say?
The large gate does not seem to be able to communicate.
No, what words are on the large gate? What do they spell out?
I'm sure this is something that I'm not doing right, but it doesn't say anything.
Okay, so the gate, you can't see a label on the gate. Okay, does it look like you guys are going down? Does it look like you're leaving this area? Does it look like you're leaving the heights?
Our elevation hasn't changed very much.
Can you ask him? Does he know where the sun sets? Can you ask him if you're going toward where the sun sets or away from where the sun sets?
I thought the sun was already down.
I think the reason
He might still know.
Right. I think the reason why he doesn't know direction is because there's just like every sort of form of what would be considered directions is what's in his head, you know? So it's not like he's stupid, it's just he's too smart.
Mm-hmm.
To the water, is the water on the left or the right, or is he going away from the water?
Oh, yeah, we
Okay.
are in coastal town.
I would say that's what he's going to ask next.
The smell of the water is directly to my left, but it looks like there's a turn coming up, and I see a very large tower in the shape of a well, it's a wooden tower, and it looks like there are people standing outside it.
Okay.
It's in the shape of a teardrop.
A teardrop-shaped wooden tower.
You
where
immediately
people are
know that's
standing
where you're
outside.
in. It's called the Dewdrop Inn.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, so you're passing us.
We need to get outside.
Yeah.
We don't.
And I
Well, we're not gonna be able to
literally
catch you on
that
foot.
part, he literally says out loud. Okay, so you're passing us.
Yeah.
And then,
Like I said, there's no window in this private room.
Yeah. Well, I think we've started heading out and down.
Out and down. Yeah, cool.
Well.
Awesome.
We gotta knock the boards off first.
I was
Another
gonna
real
tell
quick.
them to send Cusin through the keyhole or something to see if those like the people who are trying to find us are still there. But forget about it. Let's just
No.
That's not what
This
you
is
say.
this is why I'm asking,
Yeah.
because Nalani is a wanted criminal
That's correct. Yeah.
and is no longer invisible. And I fully believe that Nalani wouldn't be paying attention to that.
Well, I mean, really, depending on if the guards described me and or I guess Io, you kind of looked like that other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's send Houston out. That's a great idea, Yori. Little spider goes out underneath the door.
Goes out
Or
underneath
did
the
you
door.
say
look through
anything?
his
That's just a
eyes as
hallucination from Gwyn at this point.
Yeah.
Goes up to the
That's a good
window.
idea, Yori.
DC 10
Uh,
perception check.
Oh, I don't have a spider stats. Hold
I
on.
don't
Oh,
think they
also
have, well,
also it's raining outside.
yeah. What are this spoodler
cool.
perception?
I can add it really quick. If my computer. Never mind. There's
-5?
not actually a regular old
Is
spider.
perception int? Isn't there? Yeah, I see. I have spider here.
You do okay.
Is perception int or whiz?
It's wisdom. It's +0.
Wisdom.
Wisdom? It's a plus
Whiz,
thank you.
baby.
Whiz.
Also,
Is it whiz?
speaking of whiz, Siobhan, do me a perception check.
Spider Houston is not perceptive.
Okay.
I should have kept him a cat.
That spider was a good idea at the
Perception
time.
is 19.
19. Nice. Great. Io didn't tell him to hide. So you look out your window just in time to see Callisto just through the water that is now coming down hard. There's a moment where you're not entirely sure if you're just dreaming this moment. It's so weird. It's just a weird tiny baby axolotl dragon that is just flying alongside you. I'm gonna roll to see if he recognizes you. He does not. So I think you recognize it's Io's dragon. If that affects any decisions you have, I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna say she just keeps trying to deepen that, make Hadrian really want to protect her because she still doesn't know which side the group's on, if they're with Huxley or her yet, and now she knows that at least someone's following her, so she's gonna keep flirting.
You got it. Yeah. So it's just you and Hadrian just making out. I think it's just like a moment of like Hadrian's face is facing you because I rolled a 7 for him. I'm not rolling above a 10 for anybody right now, so no one asked me. So yeah. So he definitely doesn't see Callisto. But Callisto also doesn't recognize you.
Yeah.
So he can't say who's in the
There's
carriage.
2 people hugging in that carriage.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to know how he described them snogging in the carriage. I need
think it was
People
just-
making out in a carriage.
We did this, didn't we?
We did.
I think we did. I
We're
think we
hugging,
I think he's
embracing.
biting one of them.
You know what? Fuck it. It's way too funny. Partner, I believe in my studies I've read that there are some humanoid creatures that will feed on others by biting their neck and sucking the blood. It does look like there is a possibility that is happening in this carriage, albeit the person inside is already pretty pale. And the other one is red, so possibly already filled with blood. Is this helpful?
It's certainly not unhelpful. Keep on the mission. Keep following and keep analyzing those targets, especially if there's vampires in the city. And I think the vampires in the city part literally slips out.
Yes,
Like,
that
in
is the name.
verbatim.
Oh, you say it out loud? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go. that's like a way easy. That's very clear. We don't. I mean, I guess we don't. I mean, maybe some
Yori looks at the group, right? Right? Yeah.
Vampires.
Vampires. And no.
Are we pro or con vampire?
Neutral.
Neutral.
Roll a. I'm going to say roll a separate perception check for Houston to be able to notice like any like guards or anything.
Yeah, so I was going to say Gwen like holds on to Alistair's shoulder so she can look through his eyes as he's doing this.
Okay, cool.
So I still use his stats, but my first perception roll was a 7, which would be a +0. But do a second one.
Yes.
For any reason, would these be at advantage right now?
They would be.
Using my own? Okay, so let me roll that first one again. Oh, the first one would then be an 18.
Okay, cool. With an 8. Go ahead.
Second one is 11.
So the first one being an 18 is the one that would have been. Oh, because you're looking through the familiar's eyes. So yeah, we would still be using your advantage, but the familiar stats. I'm with that. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So with that 18, you see a carriage just kind of come on by. You get the feeling that now watching this, there's a point where, well, you don't know any of this, but like you guys know above board, like, man, like the Red Thorns be taking some sharp turns on their carriages.
I feel like everything seems like it's going in slightly
or Burning
faster
Rose,
motion.
you know what I meant. Yeah.
Like slightly faster than it actually is too.
It's disadvantaged because the windows are steamy from the rain.
That's right, from the rain.
From the rain.
Yeah, totally the rain.
Yeah. So yeah, you see the carriage, and then this. I'm sorry, the second roll was a
11.
11. With an 11, from your vantage point, you don't see any guards from where you are, but you are opposite of the rampart wall because you'd be facing inward towards the city.
I'll come back in and look at Alistair and say, do you think there's any secret passageways in here? We should look really quick to be safe. Maybe we can get out undetected. You're muted again.
Of course you know.
1 minute. We just 1 minute to look, but we've got to go. All right.
I know. But we need to get out without these guys being seen.
Maybe we can get a carriage. Isn't this like a fancy place? We could like ask if they have carriages, and we could get a ride ourselves.
You're still in the room, just to clarify where you guys are at.
When we go out, we could talk to that lady if we're in,
Let's see if there's a passageway first. But that's a good idea.
We could do both. We're gonna search the room
I
for
gave
secret
her
passages.
I gave her 2 platinum. All right, she's got to let us out of this place, right?
You're searching the room that you're currently in. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Okay.
I'm gonna go and try to open the door.
Yeah, I think we're safe on this floor.
Oh, you got it. You open the door. You see the bartender just like kind of like cleaning a desk, and just sees you open the door and goes,
"Hey, we're leaving."
All right, not that it matters, but it looks like the coast is clear from any wandering eyes of the
Thank you.
metallic clanking.
Is there a way to get a carriage from here? Like, can you pay for one, or is there like somebody like quick?
Sure, absolutely, yes, of course. Is there a specific? Is there a specific style of carriage that you're looking for?
No, just whatever's fastest and can get here the soonest.
Fastest carriage, yes. I assume you want 2 horses then?
Yes, I think so.
Not to stroll about the gardens.
Man, we are in a
Looks
hurry.
back, still confused as to why he's.
I know.
Man, we are.
Well, you look back and everybody's looking for a hidden passageway. You look behind you and everybody's just like trying to peel up floorboards.
Escape room gone wrong.
Yeah. This is a nice establishment. Of course, you're not going to be able to find them on this side. They're all behind the counter. No. Yes, of course. Well, I will handle that post haste. And she stands
Thank
up.
you.
And we're good to go down. So where can we wait out of view of everyone? How long is this going to take?
Well, I can get to it right away.
Okay. And we'll meet you out the front door, or
Sure.
do you need another platinum to ensure this service happens?
I'm sorry, I'm not aware of what you're insinuating or saying. You already paid for your bill.
Ma'am, can we just go? Or
Absolutely.
thank you. Why is everyone? It
I'm
just
gonna
it's
reach
such a-
into my pockets and pull out what little gold I have left from, so just like take 2 handfuls and just put them on the table and be like, these are for you, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, well, I
Insane.
will. That's
13
that's
gold.
very, that's you got it. Very nice gift. That's so lovely. I will meet you downstairs. Everyone, be ready in about 30 seconds. You see her. You see her just.
Okay, let's go.
She has the hidden passageway.
Of course she does.
Would make sense the other way.
We rush to be ready in 30 seconds.
You got it. You rush down the stairs. Nalani does do a final
Cut up, dude. This.
Okay.
We
All
don't
right.
have anything. Yeah.
Hey, Gwen, can you change some more of his colors or anything? Like, the hood, make it.
Yeah, I'll turn it like what I think is green now. So we'll just make it a little bit more gray, so it blends into the foggy, rainy
You got it.
background.
How cool would it be if I just hit a button right now and Nalani's background picture just turned to
I know, it'd be
grayscale?
very cool.
Yeah.
Very
That'd be
cool.
I'm
so
gonna imagine
cool.
you did it. Wow,
I-
that's so cool.
Everybody, ready?
So awesome, Joe.
Whoa. We'll fix it in post.
I really, really am so excited that we have that soundbite. It's so great. Thank you for that. It's so great. All right. Back to D&D. All right, you guys go down the stairs. You see. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. I'm rolling crazy good for her. You see in about 20 seconds a carriage just pulls up. And you see her get out. You have no idea how she got outside. Well, looks like your carriage is your chariot awaits.
All right, ma'am. Can I have your name? You're just awesome, and you're gonna be in. You're totally gonna be in the poem at this point. So I need your name.
Oh, you're gonna put me in the D&D game? You're gonna make up this?
No, in the poem.
Oh, okay. Hey. You can
like
call me
stories.
You can call me Clarice.
Clarice,
Awesome. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Best service we've ever had, Clarice.
I'm
Get
so
into the
glad you liked
carriage.
it.
Get in the carriage, guys.
All right.
He was saying that as he was getting in the carriage.
Now, who's driving the carriage?
I think I just realized, I don't think, Alistair's never really swore or swears.
Nope.
Yeah. So I loved that level of anger without swearing is really funny to me. Get in the carriage!
In the carriage.
That's great. Yeah, you guys get in the carriage. Who's driving?
Oh, God.
Nalani.
No, we can't leave him out.
Just single him out right in the front of the carriage.
All right.
It's gotta be.
I'll get up there with Yori, if Yori will.
All right, I'll put a cloak on. as
Yori
well.
goes to get in the
As
carriage,
best
and I just
can.
pull him back down. Just like, no, over here.
All right.
Perfect.
I'll be out here in the rain. Okay.
I'm with you.
I mean, I suggested the carriage. Yeah, it's solidarity. People.
Cool. So who's driving?
I guess Alistair's driving and I am with him there, or we're both driving.
You're both driving. Okay, great. I will accept that. Yori, give me animal handling. Alistair, give me survival.
I got a natural 20 for a 25.
Dude, guys, that I saw that 19 too. You fucking fly. That's amazing. You get in.
Come and get me. Let's go.
Yeah, Io, you get in and you're like, it's, you know that thing like where like you guys have been to Boston before, so you get on the T and you didn't realize it was about to start and you don't have a seat yet, so you're just kind of like scrounging around and you're actually like, Io, you're noticing like, oh man, these seats are actually really nice and plush, and you smack into the back back of that seat with your face, along with Gwyn and Nalani, as you guys are jettisoned forward by two of the fastest horses known to man, as you guys are tearing off down the direction that that Callisto would have given you. That's beautiful. I like that a lot. Sweet. So you, Siobhan, you. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna roll a couple things and maybe nothing happens. Hold on. Okay. Yanshai leans his head in. Asher must have the reins at this point. Leans his head in. Oh, sorry. Just checking to see if you're ready where you need me. Because we're not where you made the plan last night on where I was supposed to be. And now I'm somewhere else. And you see... you see Hadrian say, Yanshai, little busy. Read the carriage. Siobhan, you can interrupt her if you'd like.
Just have his back when we get there. Go away.
Heard. You see him just like as he's leaning over to once again these poor horses for these carriages. Yanshai's a very big dude and is leaning from the higher sort of part of the carriage, leaning over. There's a certain point in time where you hear like this sound of distress from the horses, and the car is teetering a little bit. I know you guys are scared for your lives and all that, but this is funny. Yeah, you see it kind of like teetering to one side, and you just notice it when he comes back out as it's.
Okay, let's not roll a second carriage today. How about that?
Yeah, that would be nice. I did own the last one and this one, so. Where were we? And we cut that scene there. Incredible. Alistair and Yori, give me perception checks.
Nat 1.
Good.
So this is the point where I was going to do this anyways, but I think at some point Alistair looks over at Yori and just kind of gives him a knowing smile and then like ruffles his hair. I don't know why. He just does.
Love it. Awesome.
This is way better.
As you just as oh my gosh, yes, Yori. Oh my god, this scene just popped into my head. Yeah, the wind is happening, that your hair is whipping like full back. You can actually like see your face for a change, and the water is just slamming into, like it's like bullets with how fast this is going. And Yori, as you feel that with that hair just being pushed out of your face, you see the slightest shadow of a carriage about 400 feet ahead of you. You think it's a carriage. It looks like what you're riding.
I'm trying to figure out whether Yori would know to keep a distance or not.
Right.
Nah, he's just.
I don't think
so. He's following it. He's following it. And also, I don't know how much he might be able to get the horses to go fast, but I don't know how much control he has over the speed of this thing. So, yeah, he's just going toward it.
Well, you rolled a 19 animal handling check, right?
Alice rolled a 19. I rolled a nat 20 for a 25.
20, not 20 animal handshake. Yeah, dude, you can make these horses do whatever you want. You want to do a backflip in the carriage, you can't do that, but you can. But you could try. No, I will say nat 20, like speed wise, you're going max speed.
Right.
Now, but yeah, you feel like you have a pretty dang good control of these guys. You figured this out really quickly. It's like Fenrir, just faster and taller.
Right.
And there's two of them.
I mean, they do most of the work.
Yeah. Are you guys doing Io and Gwen? What are you guys doing in the back?
Has it been 8 hours since we left the warehouse this morning? I think it probably has been.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Gwen is going to recast mage armor so she's not insta-kill levels of
You got
squishy.
it. You got it.
You also have Gift of Alacrity on you, as a reminder.
Yes, I do remember that.
Nice. Great.
That's a D8 for initiative, right?
Yes.
And I think what Io's doing is he's asking Callisto also just, hey, let me know if anyone in the carriage draws weapons, and they seem to be pointing them either at you or at what we. Oh yeah, we're not quite there yet, so I wouldn't actually know that we're. Well, no, I would know that we're going to be coming up on them at some point. So I'd say
We don't know who's in the carriage.
that's true.
Well,
But-
I guess a question about board. Does the person that's, I can't remember who it is now, does the person that saw the carriage let everybody know?
Yeah, I think as we're catching up, I'm not going to let everybody know at this point, but I would turn to Alistair and kind of go, is that who we're supposed to be following?
I used the cane to get their attention in the carriage.
Cool.
Io, does Callisto see us?
Yeah, I with that new information, that's straight up what I'd ask. I'd say, hey, we should be coming up behind you in another carriage going very fast. Do you see us?
Hey, Dan, I'm so sorry. Right now, I am basing Callisto's remarks on my rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Callisto
Totally fine.
responds with, partner, this weather, this what you call weather, is amazing. Does this happen all the time? This is great. It's like a real challenge for me. What was the question that you asked me?
We're coming up behind you. There's another carriage that should be coming up behind you. Do you see it? And yeah, rainy weather is great.
I'll give you advantage for direct command. How does he not see you? He doesn't see you. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it make sense.
You could
Master
go
is-
with the fact he's just really enjoying this weather.
Yeah, it is very difficult to turn around in this, and honestly, it's, I did do a quick peek, and I didn't see anything but gray and white.
All right, you're still doing great work. Just stay.
And
the
I do
course.
see in color, just so you know. I felt like I should probably specify that, seeing as we have never cleared that up.
Honestly, that would make sense. I see in a bit of a grayscale too, but we're getting besides the point. Just keep following. Callisto does not see us yet, Alistair.
That must be a different carriage there.
He's really
Let's just ride up next to them and then we can look in.
He's really distracted by the weather.
Or if it's them, then we can jump across.
I'm gonna have Kiki. I just got. I don't know why that was so slow on that. Kiki, please roll me 2d20s and roll low for your for your team's sake.
For my what?
For your team's sake, for your party's sake.
You said roll low?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4 and a natural 1.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell
Not a
yeah.
break,
Assignment.
guys.
Thank you for the glass dice, Evan. They're rolling like
always roll.
the bomb.
Incredible. I also rolled a nat 1. What is today?
What is happening?
What is happening? Cool. So my nat 1 means that Yanshai gets a little scared in this weather and slows down. Yeah, I think like in the carriage, Siobhan, you actually feel like a little bit of like a jerking motion. And like Hadrian goes, "What the fuck was that?" Yanshai. And you just hear a conversation of like, "Hard to see. We'll get there."
No, we'll get there.
Is it better to know that Yanshai is undercover as this person? Is that better?
It is above board.
so
It's
much.
so great. No, and then he's
Yeah.
undercover. In character, I still want to stab him in the face.
Right.
Just Yanshay, we can't be late. Asher, hurry up, please.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Roll me a persuasion check.
That's fair. That's persuasion 11.
Hey, Siobhan is just dying right now, but Kiki's killing it. They pretend to try to go faster. Cool. So this is not an initiative sort of thing, but next turn with you guys is actually closer to 200 feet now. You can see the back of the carriage. I would argue that Io, peering out and knowing what you're looking for, you see Callisto. So you know that you're on the right path. But you also know that they're slowing down, so you're not entirely sure if that's because you're getting closer to this spot or not. So.
Gotcha. I think I'd inform. All right, guys. It looks like we've caught up with them, but they're slowing down. So
Maybe we can keep pace.
that's a good question.
What do you guys want to do?
Al, what's
Just
the
so you
call?
know, I did say this out loud when I said that I was going to. Why don't we pull up to go up right next to them? So, Alistair, you know that that's what my current.
You know that's what
plan of
Yori
action
is in the process of doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw this in a poem once.
Reach over to the reins, wrap my arm around it, start pulling back, and just kind of look at Yori like, not today.
But we could like jump over.
Next time, you hear Gwen shout to you.
Next time. I really like how this has became like an Indiana Jones sort of fun thing.
I would notice she cannot sit still right now. Fidgeting
Yeah.
with everything. She is just like probably driving you absolutely bananas.
I think
Yeah.
he's just like, damn, whatever it is you had, you need to hook me up next time.
I
we
love that
have
woman. I'll marry her.
I love that so much. So Gwen, in this moment, you actually have. I'll now tell you the mechanics of it. You have advantage on all intimidation intelligence, intelligence,
Okay.
and wisdom checks.
Okay.
For as long as this lasts.
It's gonna be real fun when it stops.
It's gonna be real fun.
Just
You
get
said
more.
checks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And any other fun stuff that I think makes sense because it's funny. Cool. Yeah.
I
So
have
you
never done drugs in real life, so this is fun.
It's just
Me
like this. Your
neither.
intelligence and wisdom checks all
roof.
have advantage through the roof.
Totally accurate.
It really should be charisma and wisdom checks, but you know,
She doesn't need any help with charisma.
These are fantasy drugs.
these are fantasy
Don't
drugs.
give her that power.
And I didn't say it was cocaine. It's actually
I know.
something that
That
is
would have been worn off by now.
something on here. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so at this point, you guys are just kind of keeping pace. No checks required here at this. I'd say about maybe 10 minutes later, Nalani asks anything I can do, and that's it.
Joe, real quick, when he
Yes.
asked that, she's gonna look at me and go, no, but there's something I will. And I'm gonna lean out a little bit of the carriage if there's like a window or whatever.
Yes.
So I can see Alistair, and I'm gonna cast Intellect Fortress on both of us.
Nice. How does I need a visual on what this
I
looks
know.
like in the speeding, crazy
Yeah.
rain.
So she has her quill in her hand. She's just leaning out, like I think her hair is just totally wild in the rain. And I think the crystal sort of like, you said it was lightning, right?
Yes.
So I think it's kind of reflecting some of the lightning and the rain off of it. And it just sort of like arcs towards Alistair as I cast it.
Nice. I love that. Cool. Well, like I said, after about 10 minutes, actually, we'll do one more thing just for Gwen in this. Gwen, give me a perception check with advantage, and then I promise we'll get to where we're supposed to go.
Oops, that is just a 10.
Great. Cool. As you, I assume you guys are trying to be like slow down when the cart slows down, or slow down when the carriage ahead of you slows down. Are you guys trying to like be stealthy when they go to stop?
I would say it probably makes sense to go a little bit past where they stop, pull off down a side street, and then double back on foot.
I feel like all of this is in character for Gwen. Just yelling that up top to Alistair. And in this
You better
moment,
listen to her. She just lightninged your brain.
just lightning your brain, dude. Yeah, and you see that exact same thing. The cart kind of slows to a trot. See, I know some horse things. Slows to a trot in front of a very large, ominous, especially in the rain, ominous looking cathedral. That kind of sort of thing that as soon as you get a good look at it, for some reason it's the perfect time where lightning just kind of strikes behind it. The rain is still pouring down, but you have pulled to the front. Yanshai has yep, I rolled a 5. Yanshai is just holding his arms up above his head and waiting for you to come out of the carriage.
This man method acts too well.
He did not bring an umbrella or a coat. Hadrian would offer his, for the record, this is not a moment where he's purposely being not chivalrous. He would offer his he gets out. What am I doing? He gets out, puts the coat over Yanshai's arms, and just goes to kind of walk with you. All right, we're here. It's gonna be fine. You get.
Try to avoid losing each other if we can in this.
Well, the good thing is it's a very open format for the. Well, anyways,
And you remember the guy hunting me has a gun.
Right. Well. Oh, well. Keep the coat.
Okay.
Go ahead and add a +1 to your AC, please.
That's gonna look great, her walking in his coat.
Mm-hmm. You could choose not to.
No, she is.
Yeah. Jan Shai looks down and just goes, looks good. Do you want me to wait out here, or? If you're leaving it up to Hadrian.
Mm-hmm.
Hadrian goes, no, best to have all hands inside, and you look very silly in the rain. Come on, Jan Shai. Asher kind of says, me too? Yes.
I'm gonna look at Asher. I'm gonna give him like a pleading look. Kind of like, you told me I'm in danger and I know it. Don't leave my side now.
Cool. And you walk in. We'll pause you there. Gang, what are you doing? So I will describe this this cathedral for you as best I can. It is foggy and rainy out, so some things might be difficult to see. But from your vantage point, going from going past it to like pulling in an alleyway, getting out, we'll kind of say that you guys do all that. As you are looking at this cathedral, you see that it is about at the like lowest point, it is about 60 feet high. So not terribly high. There are two sort of like higher higher sort of, oh man, all the architecture words, faces.
The gargoyle things, grotesques.
No.
Frieze is like the carved thing on the top of something, but that's not exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it might be that.
Fresco?
Relief?
You guys are just naming sodas to me now. There's you see two frescoes that are sorry. You see there's so like on the top sort of face, you see there's this really large sort of like overarching. You know how like a lot of cathedrals have like the steeple sort of look? It's the other one. It's the Gothic sort of thing where there's actually like two sort of pieces that are kind of on either side. Those pieces are much higher, so I'd say those are about like 90 feet high. It looks to be like a singular building for the most part. You do notice that it looks like there's some like smaller buildings that are kind of attached to like either side of it. Stained glass windows, and that's what you would notice with like in your general sort of perception. Stained glass windows all around.
Just one
I
main
had horse
building.
terms lined up to describe riding past the carriage and stopping it.
Go for it. Yes, please. Cut me off.
They're not even accurate.
Okay.
So we ride past and then we perform a flying change to change direction into a beautiful piaffe trot and then into a square halt. All of those things are dressage terms. They're probably not accurate.
Great.
But I rolled a 25, all right? Well,
yeah.
Then, Kiki, unmute yourself.
Kiki, no!
Yes, and.
No!
Yes, and. Yes, and.
Trot,
Listen.
A flying change is a turn.
So while you do that, you do that, and then when you stop the cart, you unbridle it, the horses.
Because they definitely don't have a bridle in the yoke, which we went over last.
Yoke is something in an egg.
Right now.
And while you're doing all of that, Alistair's using all the correct terminologies and describing the building to Gwen. Like
The buttresses and everything.
The buttresses. Look at the buttresses. They're flying.
It's flying.
Oh man, guys, I don't know if it's very obvious to you, but there's no way we're starting combat in this episode, and that's a good thing.
I engage with the horses.
Okay.
You get engaged to the
I
horse.
totally
Engage the
forgot what I was
horses.
going to ask because I'm just imagining dancing ponies.
We really should have just played Humblewood tonight, apparently. No, we're good. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as we went past, we stopped. We're doubling back.
Yes.
I would, without even asking, because I think Alistair is very single-minded right now, even if he doesn't know what he's 100% doing. I would put my arm around Gwen's waist, and then just look at her and go, "You gonna send Houston ahead of us?" And
It's going to be really slow, but yeah.
I can throw him if it'll get him there closer.
So he really shouldn't go out in the rain.
I can.
Yori, do you want to fly up and look through the windows?
I could just send Callisto. Callisto actually actively likes it here.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and he says, "Hey, Callisto, I need you to go ahead and fly up to the top of that building and look directly in the windows and let me know what you see. Inside of the cathedral."
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Stop
I'm
rolling
no.
for him.
This counts, but I'm no longer rolling for Callisto. Yeah, about a solid 3 minutes go by before Callisto says, "Pardon, everything is highly colorized when I'm looking through it, so it's the stained glass makes it difficult. I see figures that are in there, but it's hard to tell."
Within
Hard
those.
to make out what they're seeing. And I think Io's relaying this like verbally to everybody, like what he says he's seeing. Stained glass.
Maybe his color
windows.
vision is too good.
It's too good. That's what it is. It's
Yeah,
too
it's too
good.
good.
36 cones.
Yeah.
He's too smart. He sees too many colors.
In
Just too good at what he does.
Too good. Too good. In those 3 minutes, could Houston have spidered his way?
I would say the only way that's possible is if he got on the back of Callisto.
That's fair.
Right? Like, because Houston's a spider.
Yes, and he's got
That would-
20-foot.
That's pretty fast for a
Even
spider,
that's
honestly.
It's pretty
for a
fast
spider.
for a
You have to
spider.
imagine it's
I mean-
a fairly big spider.
I
Yeah.
did say a
In
black
a minute,
widow-sized
that's
spider.
200
Spider.
feet.
Yeah.
In a minute,
so, and
that's
we weren't
200
gonna
feet.
be too far away.
That,
It's an Australian spider.
So in 3 minutes, he can go 600 feet.
that speed terrifies me.
Yeah. And I don't think we would be too far away, right? We're sticking to the shadows.
I don't know.
But
Where are you guys? Where do you think you guys are at right now?
is there like a gate around the cathedral grounds?
Yes, there is.
I feel like we try to go around to the back, maybe,
Yeah, I think
but
so.
not like right up to. If there's any way to go around to the back, that's not like going up to the church first and then going around, but like so if we went like a block down and then kind of came around best we
Yeah.
could.
Cool.
Like I don't think we would have been standing still during those 3 minutes that Callisto was.
Yeah, and I imagine this is like a full-size city block building, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
right.
is a
So I
big
mean,
boy.
I personally would feel comfortable being like at the corner of the building because I mean it's huge.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say everybody go ahead and roll me whatever you want to roll. It's a perception check if you're trying to kind of like look for spaces getting in. I allow investigation to be able to kind of like determine.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm leaving it up to you guys.
21 investigation, and I'm right with Alistair. I think we're playing a couple. Wandering the streets. Like I don't know if we'd all be in a group either. Like I think we'd be close, but maybe not all totally grouped up. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Is there anybody else on the street right now?
That's a good point. I'm going to say everybody roll me a stealth roll.
I was gonna ask if Nalani had passed without a trace, but I think he used it already, and it's a long rest thing, so I don't think he
think
has.
so.
Okay.
Let me check. Yeah, I used it.
Stealth.
Now that we're here, I would also cast Detect Evil and Good in that area, which is good out to 30 feet from where I'm at.
12 on stealth for me, by the way.
Okay, I think that would only get you within like 5 feet of inside the cathedral from the idea of where I think you guys are at right now. So unless you're going like if you're going right up against the wall, it'd be 20 feet inside.
Yeah, no, I mean it's more of as we're going around the perimeter. If there is anything around the perimeter, we know there's people in the building. So.
Right. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
So aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me.
Cool.
And that's for 10 minutes as we're doing whatever it is we continue to do.
You got it. I'm going to ask this as far as the idea, because I know Gwen rolled crazy high on her investigation check, so I want to make sure that we honor that. But as far as where you guys are walking, so I'm going to make sure I kind of explain this as best I can. So there is like the street corner that has the walls of the gate that is around. And as I mentioned, there's about 20 feet of a gap between the gate, the garden, and then the walls of the building. The garden also seems to be, especially towards the back, also seems to be a gravesite, but like really old graves. Yeah, and I think that's it. And the only thing is like the sort of like main sort of front entrance is very wide. I'd say about maybe 40 feet wide with double doors on either side. The double doors, where the double doors are 10 feet, because they actually would be a little smaller. But the like staircase going up to it.
I mean, I think I agree with Evan. I think we walk towards the block towards the back of the building. And with that in mind, we as characters don't know this, but if there is a wedding that's going to be there tomorrow, is there any? Does it look like there's any work going, like people preparing, like the caterers in the
2
back
days
of
from
the?
now.
Oh, it's 2 days from now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But no, you don't see anybody. I'm so sorry because I keep putting. I'm not gonna say it. I want to. I'm not gonna say it. I need to know those stealth checks from everybody.
Putting the.
So I got 16 from Gwen.
12
yeah.
from me.
All right, you say it. That's fine.
I really wasn't sure if that's what you're doing.
That's what I was gonna say.
I got an 8.
Internet. That's what I was gonna say.
Nice.
Natural 20 for a 22 for Alistair.
Nice. Io?
12.
Someone roll for Nalani. I'm not counting that.
I'll roll.
Be something to do.
It's a different die every time,
2?
too. All right, I will take my 5, I guess.
I mean, I rolled a 12
No, he
for
doesn't have
it.
advantage on stealth for any reason. Okay.
Let me see.
That's a +5 though.
What's his cloak? It's elven kind, he has advantage. I don't know what his cloak is, if it's special.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I think it's just a cloak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm averaging this anyways, so I'm going to take that natural 2 for a 7. So 7, you already got an 8. Gwen got a 16. Alistair got a nat 20 for a what? 22?
22.
Great.
22.
And Io, you got a what?
15.
15. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Okay, finally, Gwen, you're 21. You notice that there is there is not a ladder, but there is the remnants of, and you only notice this from your like supervision of what you're in the middle of. you see that there are remnants of a ladder here. You notice there's like just there's like sort of like holes that look to be like have never been filled in, that look like they are climbable, and it looks like there must be something at the top to be able to kind of go in. As you see, there is a tiny window hole.
I think she would. I feel like the reason she found it is that as we're walking, she's like tapping her fingers along the wall, just in nervous energy, and then like stops and is really like staring at them very closely. Like, this is weird, Alistair. Why is this here?
Cool. So you're at the church wall.
Yeah, right? That's what we said? Yeah.
You want to potentially,
Everybody's at the church wall. Got it. Okay, cool.
We can climb up these.
I'm gonna start climbing up them as soon as she says that, because I'm a kid and she just said climb.
I sure did.
Said climb.
Give you a boost.
Yeah, give. This is dumb. You can fly, but give me a acrobatics check.
I could still absolutely, yeah.
Yuri,
I want to clarify. This is dumb just because like if you fall.
Right, I'll just right. But I could still.
I wasn't saying Yuri climbing doesn't make sense.
No,
it absolutely does.
It absolutely does.
Is it athletics or acrobatics?
I'm sorry, it would be athletics.
Awesome.
And as you start climbing, she's gonna let Houston like climb onto your head. Go with you.
15.
Yep.
Houston, did you get bigger?
Yeah, a little bigger. Beefed up from all that walking. Cool. As you get all the way up there to the top, you notice that it is it looks to be a vantage point that leads to another side of a inner spiral staircase. It looks like it's something that might, as you are standing out there on like a very extremely small platform that can pretty much just fit you. You notice that there are other like sort of like ladder marks that look like they go all the way up to the roof. So right now you're about, because you're pretty high already, I'd say you're about 50 feet in the air. This just brings you the other 10 to be able to actually like kind of scale onto the roof.
Okay. I'm gonna. Well, I guess fuck it if Foxy hears. I'm gonna send a message down. I'm gonna just use message to Io, and just say, hey, there's a way for me to get up to the top. I could kind of look over from there. There's not a whole lot of room up here, but I could climb up and take a look.
Yeah, that I don't see that being a bad idea. I'd say keep going up and go ahead and do that.
Okay, and I'll climb up.
You got it. So, Yori, you get on the roof. And you see that there is someone already up there. And I think I would like to give you a separate stealth check. But I think we're carrying it over. I think that makes sense to me.
Also, if it's, well, depending on who it is, if it's who I think it is, then they just heard me.
It's not who you think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. You see a figure that I can't find the picture of. Hold on. You see a woman that is completely dressed in black, dark skin. She clearly sees you. And just says to you, you must be one of them.
Yes.
Great. You see her take out her knives and go, any last words, little boy?
Nope.
Okay. And she lunges at you. We'll pause you there.
Meanwhile,
It is,
guys.
And something that might help us in a minute. I think Gwen probably was looking through Houston's eyes, but we can come back to that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking for this picture because this is gonna be possibly important.
How long did it take them to like go around, find the ladder, get up there? Like, how long have I been alone in this church?
A while.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say about a solid 10 minutes.
Okay.
So you're dead.
Yeah. Long dead.
You're
Long
full
dead.
Look, we wanted time to get your information.
What a crazy thing I would do as a DM to be like, all right, so we're gonna waste all your guys' time, just make sure like Siobhan's just not gonna be able to roll for anything on this.
Hadrian and I died in each other's arms. We orphaned our children together.
You did
Beautiful.
it. You did it. Good job. You did it. Where the fuck is this picture? Oh, I'm so mad. Anyways, it's someone. You'll see it. Cool. Another thing I want to handle real quick, because Alistair, you said at first that you were on the like gated sort of wall, but now that everybody is towards the cathedral sort of wall, are you there with them?
Yeah, Gwen's holding on to me.
Cool.
All right, I'm holding on to her.
Great. So yeah, you get a couple of blips. One, you get there is in the back corner, and you walk past it, and you like. I think there's a part of like Alistair that like, there's a part of Alistair. Actually, I'm gonna say Alistair, roll me a wisdom saving throw. I think.
Don't forget advantage.
With advantage, that was a 6.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You good. You notice that there is a ping of undead at a gravestone that you pass by. I'll say with that that failed wisdom saving throw, you get distracted. Looking at it, all you can see is a name. William Carver. Doesn't ring any bells. Nothing that you, but you know that whoever is buried here is not in another plane of existence, is here. You get that ping doesn't tell you necessarily like this is their burial plot. I mean, obviously it is, but it's also the idea that this being, this spirit, is also here. Cool. And then also, once you like finally kind of pull yourself away, getting the idea of like, I have no idea who that is. That's something we are not going to be able to handle right now. You get 3 pings inside, which tells you that there are at least 3 fays within 20 feet inside. Also, I'm going to say on top of that, Alistair, give me an Arcana check. And if you roll low, it's not going to matter. If you roll high, I'm probably just going to confuse you with something.
Okay, 26.
Great, good job. How do I put this? The 3 pings that you got are they are for the case of this campaign and design and things like that. They are fae. They could also be considered monstrosities.
Cool.
Just to let you know. Cool. I think that's everything we can do on the outside. Let's head on in.
Wearing
Siobhan.
his coat.
Wearing his coat, you walk in. You see a dimly lit, open cathedral. The ground itself, a very beautiful marble with a red carpet that is leading through pews on either side to the very end, basically where the pulpit would be. You see standing at the pulpit, not really behind it, I'd say to the side of it, just because that's too silly to me, is Marion. As he watches you come in, kind of appears like he doesn't really know what he's seeing. And then seeing you, shakes his head and looks behind him. In this room, here's the people you know. You see, obviously, Marion Drafton, looking bemused, annoyed is the best word probably to it. That's not him. Or is that him? No. Thank you. Where is he? Why is he way up there? Did I have him and then yeah, that was him in the beginning. No, that's not him. Sorry, these are, I'm going to put this at full screen so I can see. If you guys saw how small these pictures look for me, it's ridiculous. There you are. So there's Marion there, and you also see Aiden with him. You see surprisingly the purple tinted glasses of Francis. You notice these figures in their room, and Marion and Aiden don't necessarily look surprised, but they definitely look annoyed, and they look annoyed at the other people that are here. They look like there's a level of wasting time. Francis is looking at you, expressionless. You hear a voice. Hello, darling. You hear it echo through the chamber as you see a woman in a lavender dress, red hair. Who's this? You see behind this woman, who you assume is Melody, are two other women. One, you also immediately recognize. And this might be the wrong image, but we're going to go with it because it is someone who's blonde. Seraphina?
I think that's the head of the Violet Sisters. Alana Mordrin. That's Seraphina.
There we go. And you see another one that I don't believe you recognize. I don't have a picture for it right now. But I'm going to say for now you do not recognize her. You also see another figure here that looks to be holding a pen and paper. Doesn't look like someone necessarily of consequence, although they do seem to be very well dressed. An older halfling, balding on top, and just like wiry sort of sprouts of hair that kind of go around. He looks very confused. Marion looks back at the rest of the people here and says, "This could have been conducted another way. I'm upset that I'm informed of this in this manner." And you see Melody just, "I know. But I had to make sure our two lovebirds didn't run away together." Hi, Kara. Or should I say Siobhan?
Who the fuck are you?
Dear, you haven't been talking enough about me. You see Hadrian kind of come up, a little shocked, but kind of tries to maintain his composure as best he can. He's always trying to be smooth. "Dearest, well, an old friend happened to come by from the past. You remember me talking about Kara?" "Oh, yes. I remember you talking about Kara a lot. I've heard all the stories about the woman who broke your heart. Kara, would you like to hear the real story?"
What did you do?
Well, first things first. Why don't you tell your friends outside to come in?
What?
Do you want me to?
If someone followed me there, I'm not sure they're my friends.
Okay. You see Yan Shai take a step backwards towards the door. "No, no, no." And you hear the door lock.
I don't know they're here at all. I just saw Callisto, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea
I don't even know if you
where
saw
they
that.
are.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even like send a message, just spin in circles saying until
Yeah.
I think she puts one hand on her dagger and steps a little closer to Hadrian.
That's sweet. Do you know, it's been so long with you guys together, or are you always such a weakling? Maybe you always wanted it to be true, the way he looks at you, the way he makes you feel like you're the only person in the room. It's magic, Kara. very useful piece of magic. Something that I think you see her kind of like take a step forward towards the pulpit. Marion, who is like Marion's in like a state of like, I'm over this. Like, go ahead, go. She takes a step forward, kind of puts a hand on the pulpit, and Hadrian himself didn't know. So all the times that you felt like you were tricked wasn't by him. See, before you left, I happened to step across into this realm. For a purpose. I don't need to get into that. And came to find out there is someone in Dair's Wharf that has this natural fey-like gift. Something that for me and my sisters, we have to work hard towards. When you went off on that mission, I mean, you didn't call dibs, dear.
She's gonna look at Hadrian.
Hadrian seems floored, confused, doubting. So, it all started with some very simple modify memory spells. I mean, to have someone who has a natural gift to be able to convince anyone around them to do as they will, it's the next best thing, isn't it? There's the one thing of having someone who can control people, but what if you can control that person?
So you got rid of me, and you got your prize. Then why did you keep hunting me? Where's my daughter, you bitch?
We'll get to that. Looks back at Marion. I thought I did. You're a very good thief, Kara. When you don't want to be found, you're not. Of course, I had Hadrian give the order. And I've started to think now that there's a possibility that maybe it was the choices that he made because he had to make a choice that he really didn't want to do. But we both believed you were gone. For 7 years. Then the order came in from on high, Mr. Jafton, that apparently there were some people who were very interested in gaining people who were Fey gifted. Of course, I thought to myself, well, would have been nice to maybe see that you weren't dead. And lo and behold, there you were. Simple scry spell. on a neighbor where you were left. I don't remember her name. So we came to visit. I'll be honest, I was hoping to get you. I mean, and your daughter, but I mean, having Fey younglings, there's always the possibility that they don't really have that gift. Don't worry about that. Your daughter is every bit yours. Some of the people I was with, one in particular, didn't come willingly. And after a lot of coaxing with some other figures who took things a little too far, he was compliant. But anyways, moving on in the speech, you turned out to be alive, which is great. And we had your daughter. But I knew that if I wanted to get both of you, I had to give you an idea that it was something that was possible. So I made sure the scene looked like she wasn't just taken away to another realm. Marion, I do have to pay you back for that. I'm sorry that that happened. But there could be your gift right there. Hadrian. A lot easier to control when I just let him do what he wants. Because, lo and behold, you show up in Dair's Wharf. He obviously was still under much influence. I'm sure that's wearing off right now, right, sweetie? You see him put a hand on the jeweled dagger on his hilt. And I convinced him of a lot of things. Like of our son. What was his name? You see a look of complete horror go over Hadrian's face. As you see him take steps forward. And she goes, "No, not yet, not yet," and sends him slamming into the wall. I only get one shot at this, so. Kara, you came back here for revenge.
I came back here to find my daughter.
Thinking the man that killed you was the one who stole it. Her, whatever. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Let's say in some grand scheme that you managed to get extremely lucky and somehow managed to overpower me and my sisters. You'll never find her. She's in a place that you would refuse to go.
And what if I didn't refuse?
What are you trying to make a deal with me? Go ahead. I want to hear this.
I'm gonna look back at Hadrian.
Hadrian is, so he is pinned to the wall, and you can see just like ugly tears down his face. He did not know that his son was made up. He didn't seem to know any of this.
You said that I won't be able to go there or find it myself, but I can be sent there.
I guess.
She's just gonna close her eyes and think of Mask for a minute. Because she feels like she's about to do something stupid because she's blocked in a corner.
Got it. You see, and only you see, Carter beside you. Siobhan, listen to me.
If I go to her, though, at least I'll be there with her.
That is not going to happen. Even if they allow you to do that, you know that that is going to be... They're Fae. This one... It's something weird. It's not... She's giving off something strange. Oh, I did hear this through the grapevine. There were a couple people that actually thought you might have found God. Is that who you're talking to now?
Let Hadrian go. It's... Please, just stop. What do you want?
See, that's the problem with you material plane people. What I want is not something you can give. It's not tangible, and it's everlasting. I want power. I'm about to rule this city. And there's nothing you can do about it. But I'll give you a shot if you want.
So what, you brought me here to kill me? And then what? Modify his memory so that he's your good little puppet again?
If I thought that I could convince enough people to make your relationship work, no one's that powerful, dear. I mean, this relationship is toxic. No. I'm not killing you. I'm getting you. But I want you to know it was me.
How far away is she?
She's about 80 feet from you.
How far away is Hadrian?
About 30 feet.
God, I don't have any spells.
As you're thinking about that, she does say, oh, man, actually, now that the cat is fully out of the bag, as they say. Do you mind? This always just feels a little too tight. And you see these giant wings come out from her back. They're not fairy wings. They have feathers. Dark feathers.
Is Hadrian's magically pinned to the wall right now?
Yes.
Fuck. She moves to his side and draws her short sword. So she has a dagger in one hand and the short sword in the other. And she's in a defensive stance against him while he's pinned to the wall.
Well, this will be fun. Marion, you want to join? You see Marion just go. Just get it over with. I'm bored. She says, you're no fun. And she lunges at you. And I would need everybody to roll initiative. But before we do that, we're going to say we end the session here. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.